Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I am the creator and author of the Get Resultsology system and a dedicated accountability coach. My mission is to empower solopreneurs to unlock their true potential, boost their income, and achieve extraordinary success by maximizing productivity, streamlining their businesses, and aligning their goals with their authentic vision and purpose. So, if you're ready to turn ambition into action and transform your goals into reality, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Adam McChesney. Now, Adam is a driven entrepreneur who made a bold move from medical device sales into full-time business ownership and hasn't looked back since. He's now the owner of Builders of Authority, a fast-growing 7-figure agency recognized on the INC 5000 list and winner of the Future 50 St. Louis Award. Based in St. Louis, he shares life with his wife Delaney, their dog Georgie, and their baby son Murphy. Adam, welcome to Goalbusters.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely. And I normally ask you where you are, but I've actually said that twice in the introduction, so that's a bit redundant. What time of day is it for you there? And then I'll be very British and say, what's the weather like?
11:12 in the morning a.m. and the weather, it's typically really hot here this time of the year in June, but right now it's only about 70 degrees, so not too bad.
You see, and I'm fascinated about that because I'm so British. No, I'm not really, but I am interested. I know it's a beautiful part of the world, so that's nice. All right, Shall we do the questions?
Let's do it.
All right, I'll get the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Adam, could you tell us, please, who is your ideal client?
So at Builders of Authority, we have 2 different wings to our company. We have our mastermind and group coaching, where we work with entrepreneurs and small business owners who are serious about building a sustainable personal brand. Not the ones that are chasing or trying to go viral for that quick win, but the ones that are ready to build a real brand behind their business that generates consistent leads. And then in the digital marketing agency world, we typically work with home service businesses and contractors that want to be dominant authorities in their local communities.
Okay, brilliant. That's very clear. Thank you for that. So what exactly then, could you drill down a little bit more into the problem or problems that you solve?
Yeah, so people struggle to have a system in place that helps them understand where they're going to get predictable lead flow. So most people come to us because they've spent so much money on marketing and advertising, and they don't necessarily know what their return on investment is. And they're always having to start over at zero every single month. So we help understand who their ideal client is, and then build a strategy, whether that's a strategy through their personal brand or through their business with website development, SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, all that good stuff, or some other type of strategy to make sure that their online presence sticks out from their competitors and that they're looked at as the known authority, the guy or the gal or the business in their specific market.
Brilliant. Yeah. Predictable lead generation. It's the holy grail of marketing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to solve these problems?
Yeah, start taking action and posting. A lot of people are waiting for like the perfect time, or they're waiting for the right camera or the shiny microphone or whatever it might be. But I started in 2020 by just posting twice a day on Facebook, and it wasn't pretty. It's a lot better now, but it wouldn't have gotten to where it's at right now unless I actually started taking action and getting out there outside of my comfort zone and posting consistently on social media.
Fantastic. Yes, I can testify to that, although what I still post is still not pretty, but there we go. Now that we have a better understanding of what you do, let's dive into goal busting, focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve your business goals. So Adam, could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
I think planning is probably the biggest thing. So if you're capped out at time, right? A lot of people say, well, I don't have time to go create content or work on my digital marketing or all those things. You have to go make the time. And that can start with an audit of where you're spending your time. It can also start with carving out some extra time on Friday or Saturday or Sunday to plan ahead for the week and create content. So that way you're not scrambling on Monday morning and saying, it's Monday morning. Adam said I need to post. What do I post? Right. So I think that comes down to proper execution and planning, but really auditing your current time and where you're spending it right now.
Yeah, I think if I may chip in there, if you don't plan and if you don't think, make some thinking time, that's the big part of planning, there's a real danger you'll go into overwhelm. And you just end up doing. You don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it anymore. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah. I just, yeah. Planning is such it's so, I'm speaking from firsthand experience here and also speaking to a lot of other people too. If you don't take time out in quotes, to plan, and you're just doing, you feel like you're being productive, but you're not in the end. You're just busy and you may not necessarily make any headway because you didn't think it through. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You see, we're of one mind already and we've only just met. Perfect. All right. So, Adam, what should I have asked you today that I didn't? And also your answer, please.
Why should people focus on their personal brand in addition to building a business brand? And a lot of times people are so confused on what's a personal brand and how is it different than a business brand. A personal brand is how people know, like, and trust you as the human being, as the individual, as the entrepreneur, beyond any one business. So I've owned multiple businesses. I still own multiple businesses, and the Adam McChesney brand helps generate leads and build authority for anything that I touch. Whereas if I stay behind a business brand, it's going to take longer for that to take off because it's a new brand or a brand maybe that you purchase and people don't know, like, and trust that brand just yet, but maybe they know, like, and trust you. And then if you end up going and selling that business, or unfortunate things happen where you have to shut down your business, go out of business, you decide, hey, this just isn't for me. If you put all of your eggs in that business brand basket, when you have to go to that next thing, or you want to start a second thing, it's harder to get the quick runway and some of those easy wins in the beginning if you don't build a personal brand.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I completely agree with you. And while you were talking there, I was reminded of the British businessman Richard Branson, who owns Virgin Atlantic Airways. And that's exactly what he's done. And here in the UK, and I know he's known about in America, but here in the UK, everybody knows Richard Branson ended up with a whole stable of companies. They all had the Virgin brand on them, but actually he didn't run most of them. He set them up, moved on. But it was always on the basis of his brand was himself. If it was a Richard Branson setup company, yes, he'd give it the name Virgin, which was originally a record company, which actually nearly went bust more than once. But, he turned it around, he proved he could do that. And then he's done it again and again. And then ultimately he bought his airline company, which was a huge leap, but he did it on the back of his personal brand. I'm sure you've got very good examples of that in your part of the world as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. It happens more often than people would think. And you are a more valuable resource to other people and other companies when you have that personal brand.
Yes, also in the coaching business, like the business I'm in, there's nothing worse than yes, come here, I'm going to coach you. And when they sign up and they sign on a dotted line, you find, yeah, great. Have you met my friend so-and-so? They're actually the coach. I just supervise them. People get so annoyed when I get really annoyed when that happens, if that wasn't crystal clear from the start.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, I've waffled on and I've taken up your time, but I think we answered all the questions brilliantly, actually. Well, you did. I didn't. And that was great. That was a real masterclass and very interesting. And you raised some highly relevant points there. So talking about being highly relevant and interesting, how can people reach you, Adam? And also, is there like a free, valuable resource that they could get their hands on, which I always say is a bit of a cheeky question, but the reality is it's a really good way of connecting with you and getting to know more about your offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So the best way is going to be to go over to AdamMcChesney.com. You'll be able to see all the different social media profiles that I have, links to literally everything there. Fill out a contact form if you have any questions, things like that. More than happy to learn how you learned from this episode and or anything that we can do to help. And then you can go to our Facebook group and we'll have a link of that in the show notes, but you can literally just go to Facebook and type in Builders of Authority. We have daily content and weekly trainings, both on personal branding and digital marketing. And when you sign up for that group, you'll be enrolled to get our free personal branding course as a listener of this show.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. That's very generous as well. There's a lot, you've packed in a lot there, and it's all great. It all adds greatly to the experience, and it's a really good way of getting to know, like, and trust Adam McChesney, which is a brilliant illustration of exactly the points you've been making. So very neat, very tidy. I love that. Thank you so much. Adam, it's been brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam McChesney. And remember, keep goal busting, make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.